Have you ever wondered why some people navigate challenges effortlessly while building meaningful relationships and achieving their goals? The answer isn't luck or talent. It's the power of principle-centered habits that create genuine effectiveness from the inside out. Stephen Covey's groundbreaking work has transformed millions of lives by revealing a fundamental truth. Lasting success comes not from quick fixes, but from developing character-based habits rooted in universal principles. These 7 timeless habits create a foundation for both personal and professional effectiveness. Unlike surface-level self-help approaches, Covey's framework addresses the paradigm shifts necessary for sustainable growth. The habits progress from personal mastery to interpersonal effectiveness, and finally to continuous renewal, creating a complete system for effectiveness. At the heart of Covey's approach is a simple yet profound idea. The way we see the problem is the problem. Most of our challenges stem not from external circumstances, but from the paradigms through which we view those circumstances. Habit 1 is be proactive. The foundation of personal effectiveness begins with understanding the difference between what happens to you and how you choose to respond. Proactive people recognize that while they cannot control external circumstances, they have complete control over their responses. Covey teaches us to first be proactive. Focus your efforts on things you can actually control. This means distinguishing between your circle of influence, things you can affect, and your circle of concern, things beyond your control. Proactive people focus their energy on their circle of influence. Many of us hold limiting beliefs that keep us trapped in reactive patterns. Instead of, I can't do anything about the situation, reframe to, I can always control my response. Replace, that's just how I am, with, I can choose who I want to become. To build proactivity, create simple triggers. Place a small reminder on your desk or phone that asks, am I focusing on what I can control right now? When facing challenges, implement the pause principle. Take a deep breath before choosing your response. Habit 2 is begin with the end in mind. This habit challenges you to define your deepest values and create a personal mission statement before taking action. It's about mental creation preceding physical creation, designing your life intentionally rather than living by default. As Covey puts it, begin with the end in mind. Start with a clear destination in mind. This principle applies to any project, relationship, or life goal. Without a clear vision of your destination, your daily choices lack coherence and purpose. Create a personal mission statement ritual. Set aside 30 minutes each week to reflect on and refine your mission statement. Begin by identifying your core values, then articulate how you want to express these values in your key roles. Finally, envision your ideal future self. Use these journaling prompts to clarify your vision. What would you want said at your funeral? What principles do you never want to compromise? And what roles do you serve others? And how do you want to excel in each one? What legacy do you want to leave? Habit 3 is put first things first. Having established your proactive mindset and clarified your vision, this habit focuses on the discipline of execution. It's where principle-centered living meets practical time management. Covey's time management matrix revolutionizes how we think about priorities by categorizing activities into 4 quadrants based on urgency and importance. The key insight is that most people spend too much time in quadrants 1 and 3, while quadrant 2 activities create the greatest long-term impact. And put first things first. This simple directive reminds us that effectiveness isn't about getting more things done. It's about getting the right things done. The right things are those important activities that align with your mission and values, especially those that aren't yet urgent. Implement a weekly planning ritual every Sunday evening. Review your roles and mission statement. Identify 2-3 important goals for each role, then schedule these quadrant 2 activities first in your calendar before other commitments fill your time. Create decision triggers for prioritization. Before saying yes to requests, ask, does this align with my mission and roles? When planning your day, place a sticky note on your computer asking, what's the most important thing I should do today? Did you know that Covey's framework consists of exactly 7 habits that drive success? And these habits move us through 3 distinct developmental stages, from dependence to independence Proactive-to-Interdependence. Habit 4 is think win-win. Most people approach relationships with a scarcity mentality, believing that if someone else wins, they must lose. This habit challenges that assumption by introducing the paradigm of abundance thinking and mutual benefit. Covey advises us to think win-win. Look for mutually beneficial solutions to conflicts. Win-win thinking isn't about being nice or compromising. It's about seeking solutions that are genuinely better for all parties involved, requiring both courage and consideration. Many of us hold limiting beliefs about success and relationships. Reframe, if they win, I lose, to what their success can contribute to mine. Transform, there's only so much to go around. Into better, collaboration creates more for everyone. Reflect on these abundance prompts. Where am I operating from a scarcity mindset? How could a current conflict become an opportunity for mutual gain? What would change if I truly believed there's enough success for everyone? Habit 5 is seek first to understand, then to be understood. Communication is the most important skill in life, yet most of us have never been formally trained in listening. We're taught to read, write, and speak, but listening is largely ignored. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Listen with the intent to understand, not the intent to reply. Most people listen with the intent to reply, not to understand. They're either speaking or preparing to speak, but empathic listening means truly understanding both intellectually and emotionally. Create an empathic listening ritual. In important conversations, commit to reflecting back what you've heard before offering your perspective. Use phrases like, what I'm hearing is, and it sounds like you feel, to confirm understanding. Set up understanding triggers. Place a small reminder on your phone that asks, am I listening to understand? Before important meetings, set an intention to listen fully. When you notice yourself formulating a response while someone is speaking, gently return to listening. Habit 6 is synergize. It represents the pinnacle of interpersonal effectiveness. Synergy means that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, that 1 plus 1 can equal 3, 10, or even more through creative cooperation. Trust is the glue of life. It's the most essential ingredient in effective communication. Synergy requires trust, the confidence that others are operating with integrity and mutual benefit in mind. When trust is high, communication becomes efficient and creative possibilities expand. Many of us hold limiting beliefs about differences. Reframe, different perspectives create conflict. Different perspectives create innovation. Transform, I need to protect my ideas. Into sharing ideas leads to better solutions. Create a synergy ritual for problem solving. When facing challenges, gather diverse perspectives and use a structured approach. Define the problem clearly, generate multiple alternatives without judgment, then evaluate options against shared criteria. Habit 7 is sharpen the saw. It surrounds all the other habits and makes them possible. This habit is about continuous improvement and renewal in 4 key dimensions: physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual. Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. This profound insight reminds us that small, consistent investments in ourselves compound over time into transformational results. Did you know that Covey's PPC balance metaphor emphasizes balancing production and production capability? Just like a machine needs maintenance, we must balance what we produce with our capacity to produce. Design a daily renewal ritual addressing all 4 dimensions. Physical, 30 minutes of exercise. Mental, 20 minutes of reading or learning. Social, emotional, meaningful connection with one person. Spiritual, 10 minutes of meditation or reflection on your values. Use these renewal prompts in your journal. How am I caring for my physical health today? What am I learning that expands my mind? Which relationships need my attention? How am I connecting with my deeper values and purpose? Create renewal triggers throughout your day. Set a water bottle as a physical renewal reminder. Use book placement for mental renewal cues. Position family photos for relationship reminders. Place a meaningful quote for spiritual reconnection. Many of us hold limiting beliefs about self-renewal. Reframe, I don't have time for self-care. To renewal increases my effectiveness and creates more time. Transform, better. I'll rest when the work is done. Into plush, regular renewal makes my work more productive. The 7 habits aren't just techniques. They're principles that, when internalized, create fundamental shifts in how you see yourself and the world. They move you from dependence to independence to interdependence, creating a life of contribution and fulfillment. Let's address some common misinterpretations. The habits don't guarantee success in every circumstance. They provide foundational principles whose outcomes depend on context. And while win-win is ideal, some situations do have zero-sum dynamics. Some see synergy as vague or impractical, but it's actually about combining strengths through trust and open dialogue. And while the framework has roots in mid-20th century American values, the principles can be contextually adapted across cultures. The journey from knowing these habits to living them requires patience and practice. Your character is ultimately the foundation of your effectiveness. As you align your habits with timeless principles, you'll discover that success becomes not just what you achieve, but who you become. Now it's time for your 7-day micro-ritual challenge. Each day, focus on practicing one habit through a simple 10-minute ritual. Day 1, proactivity. Day 2, end in mind. Day 3, first things first. Day 4, win-win. Day 5, understand first. Day 6, synergize. Day 7, sharpen the saw. Here's your daily ritual checklist. For each habit, I provide a simple 10-minute practice. Check off each day as you complete it, and notice how these small actions begin to shift your effectiveness. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about consistent growth. Day 1. Identify one reactive response and reframe it proactively. Day 2. Write 3 sentences of your personal mission. Day 3. Plan tomorrow using the priority matrix. Day 4. Find a win-win in a current conflict. Day 5. Practice reflective listening in one conversation. Day 6. Invite a different perspective on a current challenge. Day 7. Spend 10 minutes in each renewal dimension: physical, mental, social, and spiritual. After completing all 7 days, reflect on what you've learned and how you've changed. As you practice these habits, use these weekly reflection prompts. Which habit feels most natural to me? Which creates the most resistance? What small wins am I noticing? How are my relationships changing? What new possibilities am I seeing? Ready to transform your effectiveness from the inside out? Make sure to like and subscribe for more mindset and spirit insights. Get your own copy of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People through the link in the description to start applying these principles today.